boys and girls of the world. Cowboy Prepper here. It's wintertime out here in Utah, so work slows down, and I just got a lot more free time on my hands to do this kind of stuff. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about prepping. The channel is Cowboy Prepper, so we should probably talk a little bit about prepping. The other thing I wanted to just, talk with y'all about the world is that I just want to give you a little, forecast of what's to come, what I plan to do with this wackadoodle channel. So, first things first, I guess let's talk about prepping and the necessities of the base necessities, the bare necessities. One thing that I like to live by is an old saying: a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. And that's a multifaceted saying, okay? So a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge. Obviously, an edge could easily be referred to as a knife or the almighty axe that built civilization. But it's not just a blade, right? It's your mental acuity. It's your knowledge. It's a medical kit when you have to fix a wound. Repping U.S. Palm. Shout out U.S. Palm. I love you guys. Marry me. I'll have your kids. So, yeah. Let's talk about two different main things that you need as a prepper. And one thing about prepping is, lots of people are going to say, you need this, you need that, and you do need shit. Don't get me wrong. You need one of these. If you haven't invested in one of these, let's talk about this real quick. Make adjustments to your life. Those aren't cheap. None of this crap is cheap. If you want to afford stuff that isn't cheap, then you have to cut out elsewhere. You have to quite literally sacrifice. I hate that word sacrifice, but you have to make sacrifices in order to gain some of these monetary things, right? So if you are living in an apartment in Atlanta, all right, and you don't have a pistola and you need to get one, then you need to eat ramen noodles, dude. You need to eat ramen noodles every day until you can afford one. If you do better at saving up money in a coffee can and then buying it outright, good for you. Do that. You have fortitude. You have discipline with your money. If you don't have that discipline, go to a pawn shop. Go to a firearms dealing store and legally purchase a firearm via layaway. They'll lay it to you. Pay $100 a month, But that's making these adjustments is a key factor. You got to take it seriously. Everything is fun and games until you're looking back saying, "Damn, hindsight is 20/20. I really wish I would put a fire extinguisher in my kitchen." Basic stuff like that. You should have a fire extinguisher under the sink. So yeah, if you can't afford a fire extinguisher, save some money, get one, put it under the sink. That's a good thing to have. And you can extrapolate on that. It's not just the fire extinguisher, it's the generator, it's, the tubs of oats for the animals on a rainy day. It's all kinds of preparations that you have to put in place. And in order to put them into place, you have to make adjustments that are going to hurt. Sucks eating ramen noodles all the time. Been there. I know what it's like. So, that being said, you got to take it seriously. It sucks. You got to grin and bear it, and you got to deal with it in order to get the toys. But you don't need the toys. You don't need the toys at all. let me tell you right now, there's guys out here, often these hollers, these hills, out where you're at, and your hollers and your hills, that they don't need much. They need a tomahawk and a knife and a lighter, and they will do just fine. And that is who you want to be. You don't want to be Mr. Pretty, shiny house on the hill. You want to be Rambo, man. You want to be the guy that has a tarp and a knife and all the skills under the sun to make it work and to thrive and survive under these, is it scrupulous conditions? Bad conditions, man. Yeah, so the best thing you can do is invest in your brain, invest in yourself. If you don't have the money to throw it at these toys, and let me tell you, even having money throwing at toys, it ain't worth a damn, all right? Because you can throw all the money at the toys. When John Rambo comes knocking at your door, your toys are his toys, okay? So you got to keep that in mind. If you aren't on the level with John Rambo, then all the toys under the sun aren't going to save you. So stop buying toys, start buying books, and maybe classes. I mean, you don't even need to spend money for half this crap, man. Go on YouTube, go make a trot line, go start a fire in the rain, go do these things now, because if a rainy day comes, if the biblical flood comes, you're going to, well, nothing would save you, but if a bad time comes, man, you're going to want to know as much as you can possibly know, as well as have these tools in place that will assist your knowledge for you to perform at the best you can possibly perform, right? So a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. All right? That can go both ways. You can be poor and do that. You can be rich and do that. But it's better to do both. So let's go past that. Let's get into the basics, right? You should have a bag. You should have your bug out backpack, with all your candy bars and lighters in it. Go online, type in bug out backpack, or, get home bag, cinch bag. Go watch Bear Independent. There's tons of people talking about this stuff. So I'm not going to talk to you about this stuff, because as much as I love having a bug out bag right here ready to go, I'm ready to go, I got my bug out bag, none of that means crap, man. It really doesn't. It's good to have. You need it. You definitely need it. But if you don't have it, if you're on an airplane, what's going to save you on an airplane? Nothing but what's in your brain, right? So, yeah, learn your skills, buy your toys if you can afford them. More importantly, skills. So, that being said, if you can't afford these toys, you need beans, you need bullets, and you need Band-Aids. Those are your essentials. I'm not going to get into all the nitty-gritty like the backpack and stuff. There's people that do much more concentrated, refined information on that. That's how I get my information. That's how I build the little sacks and bags that I do, is gathering information from other people. So go seek that out. I'm here to talk to you about the abstract. I'm here to talk to you about things that, I'm not going to make lists and stuff for you. It's not worth my time. So, beans, bullets, Band-Aids. You gotta eat. You got to be able to take care of yourself as far as health goes and your loved ones, whether that be a scratch or whether that be a fever. Gotta have Band-Aids. Got to have amoxicillin. I can't have penicillin. Most people can. Most people do just fine on penicillin, but you need these antibiotics and stuff, iodine, stuff like that, in order to survive and be healthy in a situation where you can't gather or access this stuff easily. So, beans, bullets, Band-Aids. It's really basic, Once you started putting up food, once you started putting up gauze and Vaseline and stuff like that, once you've started putting that stuff up, the basics, beans, bullets, Band-Aids, they always fall into that category. Once you make that initial purchase for your pistola or whatever, and then you gotta get ammo for it. You don't need all the toys. You just need the pistola and a bunch of ammo and some land to go shoot that thing at. Indoor ranges are cool. Outdoor ranges are better. But they're used for different things. Yeah. Let's keep it simple, guys. When we're prepping, let's keep it super simple. Beans, bullets, Band-Aids. Everything always falls in those three categories. You know, I'm not going to tell you where to spend your money, but I am going to tell you, when you go out thinking about what do I spend money on, it's super simple. Beans, bullets, and Band-Aids. There's going to be 2 people that survive out here in this world if some crazy stuff started popping off. If the zombies came out tomorrow, there's going to be 2 people that really are successful in that type of environment. One is going to be your ex-military crazies, right? Those guys that have so much information compiled in their head as far as how to survive, as well as hands-on experience, tactile experience, where they know that this stuff has been applied and that it works, right? So, military guys who know the jam, they're going to do really well out here. The other people that are going to do really well out here are going to be cowboys and rednecky people. Most likely you're real serious cowboys. Rednecky people will do okay, but your serious cowboys, they know their stuff and they got heart and they got they're just like those military guys. This is tried and true. It's been put to the test. They know it works, you know. And so if I were you and you were trying to follow people, I would follow your hardcore cowfolk and your hardcore ex-military guys. Those are going to be 2 guys that when you run into them in the wild, that's either going to be your best friend or your worst enemy. And, yeah, so let's get after it, guys. 2024, there's not a lot of time. You got to live your life. You got to be a normal person. Still go to the soccer game with your kid on the weekend, you know. You still got to, you know, go on hikes with your boo-boo. But you can do that stuff with intention, with purpose, you know, with a reason in the back of your head. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is get sharp, beans, bullets, Band-Aids. That's it. Get sharp, beans, bullets, Band-Aids. All right, so now that those are covered, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the direction of which I want to take the show. I don't really know how to do any of this crap. I don't know how to run a channel or keep y'all entertained. I don't know how long it will keep y'all entertained. I don't really care. I'm putting this information out just because I've had a lot of friends and family tell me that I should. So here I am. Yeah, I'm going to do a couple cool things. I'm going to do cowboy conversations. I'm going to, you know, when I got the chance, when the real cowboys are around me or I'm around them, I'm going to try to pull 1 or 2 aside, sit them down, ask them some questions. That way y'all, as viewers, can get to really try to hear the perspective from some of these hardcore ranchers. They got a different perspective than a lot of the mainstream likes to float. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do product reviews. I'm gonna whenever I buy something new, I'll give you a little review on it, not try to take up too much of y'all's time. And then another thing I'm going to do is just keep coming at y'all with like random tidbits of, you know, I know people like stuff and things, so I'll keep showing people stuff and things. I'm going to do a video coming up on shaps and shinks, leggings, different versions, why you'd use them, why you wouldn't use them. I'm going to try to stick to shit that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to stick to stuff that I don't know what I'm talking about, because there's people out there that know way more, man. So if you want to seek better information, if you want higher ground, by all means, reach for the stars. But if you want to sit here and watch me ramble what little retarded experience I got, sorry to use that word if that offends y'all, who cares, whatever, remedial experience that I got. Yeah. So that's about it, man. I'm going to just try to bring y'all information, things that I think y'all will need, as well as I'm going to try to bring other people onto my channel that I think will entertain y'all or bring more body to the conversation. So yeah, I appreciate anyone who's watching me. I hope you guys are out there doing your part. I know I'm here trying to do mine out here in Utah. God is good, guys. Keep prepping. U.S. Palm will have your baby. See y'all.